All right, what up, everybody? Welcome to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. You should see my snake right now. He's curled all up, and then he's got his little head poking out, staring at me. It's probably the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. And his little end of his tail. It's precious. All right, 6th house, Mercury, Aquarius. Ooh. Okay, so there's something about work here. There's work involved. Communication with work. Okay, so you might, I don't know, there could be some communication problems with somebody that you work with, or you could, like, you know, it's weird because sometimes you can start off at a job. Hello, everybody. Sometimes you can start off at a job and like hate somebody that you work with, you know, those places. And then suddenly 2 weeks in or 3 weeks in or something, or a month in, you're suddenly like best friends. Okay. It could be something like that. Could be not getting along with somebody and then suddenly getting along with them, suddenly clicking with them. I am feeling a little bit better. I don't know, I'm up and down. I feel good and then I feel shitty. And then I feel good and then I feel shitty. But I'm just working through the shittiness because I think, honestly, I think my shittiness, there was so much drugs that was pumped through my last house because it was like basically a meth house that I think I'm withdrawing. Like, I think there's a lot of like drugs coming out of my body that were secondhand smoke. Because like I've just never felt like this in my life. It's a very weird feeling. Like I was out for 4 or 5 hours today. Like it's not like I feel like shit or anything, but I don't know. My allergies are going to start to fuck up too. So I just now am used to feeling like crap all the time. Let's just put it that way. I'm like, okay, another day feeling like shit. Okay, here we go. Another day feeling like shit. Okay, here we go. All right. Thank you for asking though, Phoenix. I appreciate it. Okay. Look at this. Mercury with a yes, a very positive outcome. Okay. So I do feel like there's some type of situation with somebody going on at work. Okay. An enemy behind private lines in reverse. So clearly somebody that you think is an enemy is not an enemy. I don't know what suddenly, look at map change. I don't know what suddenly happened with somebody and their feelings towards you. Or maybe your feelings are going to change towards somebody like suddenly, you know, the sudden shift where sometimes it's like a territory thing. People don't even realize they're doing it sometimes. Sometimes it's just an energy thing. People keep their energies to themselves and they don't necessarily push out to try to make people feel better at, you know, work and stuff. They just come and they do their work, right? So I'm getting kind of that, almost like they could have appeared cold-hearted to you or something. What up, Danny? There's lust. Okay, so maybe this person liked you You know those people where he's like, start working, and it's like somebody you find attractive, and you hate them because you find them attractive? Because you're like, fuck you, and you just think you're hot and good looking, you just do whatever you want, and then in 3 weeks they're like your best friend, and then they turn out to be your boyfriend. It's something like that. Gothica, see? Crazy. You think you're crazy. Okay. And you know that saying too, when a boy used to push you on the playground, it means that he likes you, right? People make fun of you, means that they like you. It comes out in very weird ways of how people like you. Wrath in reverse. What's this? 5th house of expansion. Work and fun. Work and pleasure. The one ring on the bottom of the deck. Okay. Go big or go home. Maybe somebody thinks that you wanted to hurt them, like you hate them, and you're like, what? I love you. But it just never, I don't know. Something's weird here. Somebody, frenemies, see, somebody thinks that you are lying. You couldn't possibly like them. You couldn't possibly be friends with them. You couldn't possibly, it's really weird. Honestly, there was this one place I worked for a long time. And I was basically the main bartender. So I was there all the time, and we'd get these new people in, and like new cooks and new hostesses, 15, 16 years old and stuff. And they would start, and I swear to God, they would meet me and they'd be so scared of me. So scared of me. And then all of a sudden, everybody around, they'd be like, oh, don't worry about Mooner. Mooner's, that's what they call me, Moonshine. That was my name, Moonshine. Don't worry about Mooner. She's fine. This is what everybody thinks. Everybody thinks she's crazy. And then you're going to meet her and it's all fine. And then we'd have a party, right? Staff party or just our party, weekly, daily, whatever. And then, these little 15 or 16-year-olds, right, would suddenly see me at work just smashed. Just right off my rocker. And that's where, I'm not going to lie, when I'm really drunk, that's where the real Whitney comes out. Like the one that's just not scared of anything. Like the one that just loves everybody. And it's just like, oh my God, when Whitney gets drunk, oh my God. It is, I have to say, one of the funniest things possible. Because I'm really funny. But some people, that's how people get to know me, right? Is because they'll see me all of a sudden drunk and be like, oh, that's who's like, honestly, you just have to get to know people again because, there was this one lady, I go to this one particular coffee place and I get served by these ladies. It's been years now. I get served by the same ladies. And for like 2 years straight, I thought this one lady, she's the best sandwich maker in the world. Okay. I know when she makes my sandwiches because she just must love sandwiches. So she makes them fucking delicious. And I'd be like, who is that making my sandwich in there? Because I don't really know their names, but I know their faces. And I thought this one, the sandwich maker, was so scary. She just comes with this energy, like she's short, she's stocky, and she's just powerhousing around there. And I was always a little intimidated by her. And then all of a sudden she started talking about something the other day of how she drinks her coffee. And then I just got her talking about her coffee. And then she just started going on and on and on about her coffee. And this big smile came out of her face. And I was like, okay, so some people look very intimidating. Like when they're working and they're not concentrating, right? They're just like, resting bitch face, right? It's not, I mean, you're not trying, but you're not untrying, but you're not, trying to do it. And then I realized, I'm like, oh my God. And now she just she says, she talks to me about so much. Her building's being demolished, and she just decided to talk to me all about it the other day. And I was like, oh my God, well, now I opened up the jar and now she won't shut up, right? Because I don't know what I looked like before, if I looked like some mean, scary person. But that's the thing, is when you look mean and scary, nobody fucks with you. And I've had to learn that, because if I look all friendly and all nice and all ha, 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 people fucking steal from me. I don't really appreciate it. So then I got to be like, you don't get my smile until you've earned it. Okay. And I don't really want to be like that. But if I'm too laughy-go-lucky, people are like, oh, she's stupid. She's retarded. We can just take whatever we want from her. I'm like, no, that's not really how it works. But thank you for the obvious thing of, once you're nice, suddenly everybody steals from you. Okay. So lucky number 13. Look at you, lucky son of a bitch. I don't know. You're getting something good. Okay. Again, it's like, maybe what's behind it? Ooh, gluttony. It's almost like maybe... It's funny, because maybe you might end up with something with Aquarius here. You might end up with something that everybody else walks by, because they don't see it the way that you see it, right? There was, I don't know if I told you guys about the dresser that the lady put on the road, and it was there for like 5 days and nobody got it until she just tucked it beside her door over there. And I'm like, I wonder if she knows that she's just going to end up giving that to me, because nobody else wants it, because nobody else can see the fine craftery that is that desk, and nobody wants it. But I can see what that desk can turn into. And I'm one of those people. I like to refurbish things. I like to paint things and decorate them, as opposed to just throw them away and get something new. I am not that kind of person. I don't necessarily really it's not like I hate people who do that, but at the same time, I'm like, why would you throw away something perfectly good just to get something new? It just seems so dumb, so naive, right? Like, it's one thing if you've ruined the first thing because you've outlived it and outgrown it, and like there's no more worth and you can't fix it anymore, then you have to buy a new one. But just to buy a new one for the sake of buying something because you're fucking bored, you just want to look at something new because your life sucks, I don't do. I would rather, put a fresh coat of paint on it and do something with it than go out and buy something else, because it's all going to look the same anyways, right? So I don't know really what this is about, where it comes. I don't know if this is somebody's work or something like that, but it's definitely like you could be pegging somebody as an enemy that really is on your side. Okay. And it's a possibility that this person might think, like, what if you get a new job or something, or like, and you find your boss attractive and he thinks that you're hitting on him because you want better hours. And you're like, are you kidding? Is this a joke? I wouldn't do that. It's something like that, right? Like, they might think, I don't know, they could be thinking that you want something out of them. Or if somebody comes your way, if somebody asks you out, you might think like, what do you want from me? Like, are you trying to take something from me? Are you trying to steal something from me? Are you trying to use me in some way? This is where it's like, when you know. Okay, because gluttony is here. But with the fact that it went with the lucky number 13, I'm kind of guessing that there is times where you can indulge in things, right? It's not a matter of you can't have something, so take it away, but it's the fact of like consuming something until you die, or consuming something so much until it disfigures you and takes your life. Okay, that's not what we're talking about here. Like, I don't know if maybe you think that somebody wants to disfigure you or fuck with you or change you or get you looking a certain way or dressing a certain way or something like that. But it's wrath in reverse. So again, I don't know if you think that it's payback or like you have to get somebody back or, okay. So there's this one Friends episode where it's with Julia Roberts, and she comes in and she asks Chandler to go on a date. And Chandler's like, Chandler lifted up her dress and showed everybody her underpants in school. So Julia Roberts decides as a grown-up that she is going to get Chandler Bing back. And she takes off all his clothes and leaves him in the bathroom of the restaurant and walks out. And that's how I'm feeling, that somebody thinks that you're going to do something to them, like you're going to derobe them and humiliate them and leave them naked in the middle of the street or at a restaurant or something like that. Maybe you think someone's going to do that to you or something like that. I am getting a big fat no. And Jesus Christ does love you. Okay. And Jesus is also just somebody who mows my lawn. Okay. So we all have to go by how we're feeling in the situation. And the way that I feel like in the situation is there's communication coming in about something, and it's almost lined up to believe that you're being fucked with. And it's a test. It's a test because you're not being fucked with. And I think that there's something that's showing you you're not being fucked with, but yet you still think you are. So I just feel like somebody is going to connect with something that doesn't necessarily look genuine. Like, it doesn't look genuine in the beginning. It might be like a little skepticism. And honestly, skepticism grows the older you get. So don't be too hasty about your skepticism. I kind of believe that it's a way for you to kind of look at every side before you do something, as opposed to just dive into something and then get hurt. Okay. Maybe that's why Mercury's here, is to do your research, get your information that you need to get the information that you need to make the decision that you want. Okay. And the thing is that I kind of feel like somebody's intuition is telling them right away that this is safe. But the other part of them is like, they've got this fear inside of them where they feel like they can't trust people. Okay. They feel like a lot of people are an enemy and that they're trying to fuck with them in some way. I don't know if this person put out a bunch of fuckery and now is getting it back or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why they're so worried about something happening to them. There's Mercury again. Gone, vanished without a trace. Third house. If you keep doing this, you might die. With something is going on behind your back. I almost feel like, you know, if you are unfairly judging somebody in a situation, and like, say you do start this new job and you just decide to hate somebody right away or something like that, it might really bite you in the ass to act that way. It really might, because if you just act all of a sudden like somebody's some ignorant piece of shit and they're not, it could cost you your job. Okay. Because like, I know we get paranoia sometimes and we feel like sometimes things are happening, but it's one thing to feel like something is happening, but then to feel like something is happening and then to act on it without really even knowing what is going on is kind of childish. And that's what gets you hurt. If, to just go out there and attack people because you're being told that they're doing something to you, but yet there's no evidence that they're doing anything to you at all. Okay. So there could be something like, there's always okay to keep your back up with people sometimes when you first meet them, like not necessarily your backup, but your guard up a little bit, just to be like, okay, I don't really know you. I don't trust you. So I'm going to keep my guard up a little bit until I get to know you. But then if you get to know them and it's like you see something that shows what their character is, but yet you still decide to keep going down this fantasy world that they're some type of asshole or that they're going to fucking hate you or something, that could really bite you in the ass, because it's almost like if you make up things and play them out. I had this premonition in the bath today about somebody quitting a job, and it was kind of not okay circumstances, and that's why the employee quit. And then the bosses really liked this employee, so they actually wanted to call this employee to see like what the hell happened and why they quit. But this employee that they considered loyal decided to say that this person stole and drank on the job, and not to hire them back or try to get them back, because the restaurant or place, whatever it was better off without them. And so the bosses put through that this employee was telling the truth, and that, okay, we'll just keep this person terminated. You know, they left anyways. Doesn't matter if they were obviously stealing, then, you know, but that bygones be bygones. But then something happened in a period of time after that employee said that about the other one. And then the bosses really still wanted to hire this person back, because whatever this other employee said about the drinking and the stealing, it just didn't add up, because the employee that left on their own was a really good employee. Okay, that's the way that the analogy was working out. Like they really, they fought for the job, they fought for the place, and they got ruled out by somebody else, by this loyal person that they really saw as somebody that was good for the company. Anyways, long story short, so the bosses ended up calling the employee up and saying, the one who, you know, said that the employee was drinking everything, and they went, you know what, we're thinking about starting a lawsuit. We're actually deciding we're going to charge this employee with stealing from us. So can you give us the information on when exactly they stole and how much they stole, just so then we can give it to the lawyers? And the person was like, okay, I was lying. They didn't steal anything. And it was a way for the bosses to find out if that employee was stealing. Because no, they weren't taking anybody to court. They weren't suing anybody, but that was the only way that they could get the information out of the employee, who they assumed was super loyal and telling the truth and really full of shit. Okay, so I don't exactly know why that analogy just came in my head, but I feel like in that circumstance, this person, it's weird, because in that circumstance, it feels like the person is the enemy in general, but they made you look like the enemy. And this employee played it off because it was actually them who was stealing and them who was drinking on the job. They like to put it onto other employees that quit, so then the heat gets taken off of them. Like, well, if I'm talking about all these other people drinking on the job, do you think I would do it? It's the perfect crime. It's the perfect crime. Okay, so I feel like there's, I don't know if this is an old friendship, a new friendship, but there's somebody that the universe, I believe, is asking you to trust. Okay? And I feel like if you, I don't know. I feel like there's a good relationship coming in some way, whatever it is, whether it's financial, romantic, friendship, family, something like that. If you get some type of peace offering, communication with something, clearly, I believe that this is justice working for you. Okay? I feel like the bad people that you got framed for, or something that you got framed for as being the enemy or being the one that people should fear, or, people should be weary of, because this could be you. And having to deal with people who are suddenly standoffish with you, or acting like you're going to do something or you're going to hurt something. It's all, I don't know. I don't know if it's like a test or something for you to work your way through again, but there's a huge map change, whatever it is. So whatever, I feel like if you're being guided towards something, okay, and when you get there, you see what you feel is some red flag with somebody, the universe is like, try to work on that right away. Okay, because the red flag is to put up, so then you do put this fence up with somebody and start a fight. Okay. And this is obviously some type of negative energy around you that wants to see you fight with people. It's entertained by rage. Okay, it's entertained by people going toe to toe with each other, being angry with each other. Okay, so I don't know. I feel like there's just some type of new connection coming in that looks bad in the beginning, and really it actually isn't. Okay, it's especially if it has something to do with your work. They could make it seem like you're beefing with somebody, or that somebody hates you because they want you to quit. Okay, right away, because they don't want you around. You know how hard it is to find a job? Do not quit somewhere because somebody tells you that they don't want you around. That's nice. Tell them to quit and they can go find another job. Okay, honestly, whatever it is, somebody might just try to be an asshole to you as if you're supposed to kiss their ass. And if you don't, they're going to make it a problem for you. Just know that I kind of feel like, oh, see, there's witchcraft. I didn't really want to say witchcraft, but never-ending cycles. See, somebody wants to keep you trapped in something. It's possible that if you do have an outside job, it's possible that you're supposed to mainly probably be working for yourself, and they're pushing your energy out to get contracts through other people so that other people can fuck you over, because you're not trying to fuck yourself over, but yet these entertaining energies around you want to see you fail. Sometimes we have such negative energy around us because of circumstantial situations or family, genetics, ancestry.com, where we live. Okay. It could just be where we are that gives us the stasis sometimes, or this witchcraft, because of the negative energy that surrounds it. Okay. But there's definitely something going on with somebody's money. Okay. Which is maybe why if you get this new job, they're going to say that something is wrong with somebody right away, because they want to control your money. So they want you to make it seem like there's problems with people that don't exist. So then you quit. So then you run away, especially if you have anxiety issues or something. I feel like almost like a game that's about to happen with somebody. And it's a game that somebody's playing to try to get you fired, or all pain in the knot, get a little bee in your bonnet. Okay. Somebody definitely wants to irk you. And honestly, it doesn't even matter what they want. It's about the bosses. Okay, it's about the bosses. As long as you do your job and you keep you do your job, keep your head down, don't fucking make any problems, don't add any extra pizzazz to your shift, and you should be fine. Okay, because witchcraft does work in mysterious ways, and it also does backfire. It backfires a lot if you don't see it through, right? Like I was talking about this curse that I'm pretty sure my sister was involved in, and it really sucks because there was this 5-year curse that's been going on. I think that just ended with the new moon for various energies, if this resonates, and so she could feel this old cycle closing up with just a certain person. And, it's sad because I tried a lot of witchcraft to oppose it and to reverse it and to block it. And it couldn't be done because it was 3/4 of the way done through the spell that the energy wanted to just finish it. And that's the thing with black magic, with ill intent, is if it goes out, if a witch puts something out, it can be reflected and deflected if noticed on the early stages. If it doesn't get recognized for a certain amount of time, it'll build momentum, and that momentum will make sure the curse runs its course. So unfortunately, no matter what I could do, because she was almost out of it, the energy insisted on playing it out. So then it was done and over with. And then that energy didn't have to go to somebody else. It didn't have to get shifted out. It could just be finished, kaput. And then whoever sent it out, whoever projected it, can now get that energy for 15 years back. Right? Wouldn't you rather sometimes the energy finish its course and then whoever sent it out can actually get it back the way they deserve it, instead of stopping it before it's over and then stunting what that witch gets in return for doing it because you stopped it, right? So the universe wanted to get out, so the universe played it out. And that's the thing. Now with this new moon, considering we're going into spring energy, like we're in spring as of tomorrow. So we're basically in spring energy right now. Okay. And there is a lot of breaking of the curses right now. Okay. And it's going to happen. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Sean, but you just let her rip, buddy. Naked dudes. Who's naked? I don't know what that means. Are you talking about the Bible, Sean? Drinking Secret Flame? I don't know what that means. I'm just drinking Brio. I don't know if you know what that is, but Brio is a soda pop from Italy, and it's absolutely delicious. My sister hates it, but I love it. It's just plain Brio with an ice cube in it. No Secret Flame. I don't know what that means. Secret Flame? Just pop over here for me. Pop and pot. That's all I do. Ooh. I think it's made with a root. It's very rooty. Like an organic root beer or something. I love it. It kind of gives me a weird aftertaste like Guinness. You know how Guinness has that weird aftertaste? It gives me that weird aftertaste in my mouth. And I love it. I don't know why. I'm totally obsessed with Brio. It's a Brio. Okay. Can you guys see my snake? What are you doing? He already came out and took a huge shit. So now he's going to stare at me through the window. All right, fear. We have fear. Fear coming in. First card down. False evidence appearing real. Girl interrupted. Ooh, someone's getting mixed signals in their ear. They're hearing. Someone's getting bad messages in their ear from a monster. Someone's got a nasty attachment on them. And this is facts, people. Dana Scully, thank you for liking the video, by the way. I really appreciate that. And there's the garbage can. Got to throw that shit right in the garbage. Okay, so somebody's getting fucking played by some type of nasty energy in their ear. And you gotta get rid of this energy in your ear, okay? Somebody's listening to something that they shouldn't be listening to. And it's fucking them up, okay? I'm also getting something to do with music. There could be a certain band or something that you listen to. It could have, like, for instance, Manson, for instance, some of his songs, for one, all of his songs are rituals that he's already performed. And same with Tool, you'll notice weird things that come from music. There's Volcano with glasses. Can you fellas see okay? See, this is a third ear interference that is somehow getting somebody to look at something different. What up, Steven? Okay. Like their third ear is fucking with them and then they're seeing it, right? They're letting their eyes listen to what their thoughts are saying, intrusive thoughts are saying. Okay, that's how monsters work. They get into your head and they tell you that what you see is not actually what you see, and they'll change it. And you'll be like, no, this is what I see. And they'll be like, no, I'm telling you. SOA, Brotherhood, Deadline, and Lightning. Okay, The Fly. Okay. So, Sons of Anarchy. This could be a brother, a dead brother fucking with you. You might have somebody that's passed over, and maybe you think that you're talking to them. Like, well, I'm talking to my brother, or I'm talking to my dead sister. No, you're not. No. One thing I had to learn with my mediumship, I used to do this thing because somebody taught me. And I would take, like, just say that this is a pendulum. Okay, obviously it isn't, but for the sake of this demonstration, we're just going to say this is a pendulum. This is how I was taught. If I wanted to communicate with the dead, I could take a pendulum and I could ask them yes or no questions. Okay, and I mean, let's see if they'll do it. Because there's nothing hanging. I gotta get something that hangs. Let me see. Okay. All right, let's see if there's any dead people around. Okay, if it swings north to south, it's a yes. If it swings east to west, it's a no. Okay, watch. Are there any spirits in this house right now? Do you see it? Going east to west, which means no. There are no spirits in this house, okay? Stop it. I'm not, like, it's hard. I'm not shaking it. I don't know if somebody is like, oh, she's shaking it with her hand. I'm not. Watch my hand. Okay. Is there an active energy inside of my snakes? Yes or no? See it going east to west or north to south? Which means, yes, there is an active energy inside my snake. I am not making it move. This is how you can communicate. Okay, you ask simple yes or no questions, and the energy that is around you will answer those questions, as you can see, left or right, right? That's how I was taught how to communicate with spirit. Now, if you do not take the proper precautions, i.e., clearing the room, okay, calling on your guides, creating a protective space, then if you start asking questions to, your fucking house, you don't necessarily know who's answering because there's thousands of spirits around. Okay. So when I first started doing the pendulum swing, I always thought I was talking to my grandmother, my great grandmother. And I don't think I spoke to her one time. Okay. Whatever this house that I was in where I was learning how to do the pendulum swing, there were so many active energies. It was like an open portal, and there was just multiple things that would fuck with me. Like I used to just be able to take pictures in this apartment, and there would be white orbs everywhere. Like if I was sitting down in one place, I would get up, and this was these old phones, right? I would get up and turn around, turn my flash on, and take a picture of where I was sitting, and there'd be orbs all around me. It was a really freaky fucking house to be learning how to communicate with spirit. But if you just open up that door and you have no idea who you're talking to, or you have no idea who you're communicating with, then the answers that you're getting, I would imagine, are going to be a little bit interfered. Okay, because there's going to be tons of energies around you that are going to be like, when you ask, am I okay, universe? Am I going to be okay? You know what they're going to say? No, you're not going to be okay, and go fuck yourself, jump off a cliff and die. That's what these monsters are going to say to you. Or if you ask, is my spouse cheating on me, or should I leave them, or should I try again? You're going to get the most vulgar answers coming out of this person's mouth because there's something connected to you that you talk to that you have no idea who you're speaking to. And it is not a game. It is not a joke. There's a deadline here. I do feel like that's attached to somebody's energy being dead. Okay, they could have had a heart attack. They flatlined in some way. And the fly on the wall makes me believe that this is the thing that communicates with you. This is the thing that sits on the wall and waits for you and communicates with you. And it will distort all of your answers to the questions that you're asking. Okay. And no, it is not your brother. It is not your sister. It is not somebody you can trust. It's somebody who's trying to fuck with you. Okay. And then the Uranus energy. Something's going to happen quick. Delusional. What are we at? 4406. Whoa. All right. Element, hot, the sun, serendipitous, creepy, the guilt trip, dreams, the lighthouse, and the oldies but goodies. Okay, so there's definitely a creepy energy in somebody. Right place, right time. It could be attached to your house, could be attached to the land that your house is on, could be attached to a friend, a family member, somebody that keeps meeting up with you, or energy that you keep, like it could be a job site you go to. There's an energy that's just waiting for you. That's the thing. In the beginning of The Conjuring, they talk about the doll Annabelle and that it was a ghost that wanted to hang out with them. So they let the ghost go into the doll. Be very careful because, in the beginning, they say, well, we felt really bad for her. She was lonely and she took a liking to my doll, so let her come into the doll. First of all, that's a demon. Second of all, that's a monster. Third of all, if they get into you, they ain't going nowhere. Okay, they are going to stay there comfortably and inhabit you for the rest of their life. Well, because they're going to outlive you. Okay, so with the sun, it's almost like delusional. And then the Coast Guard. So I feel like I just heard safety is a concern here. So there definitely is a warning that spirit is trying to get somebody to pay attention to. Ooh, schism. I know the pieces fit. Strengthened our communication. See, strengthened our communication. This thing is getting more powerful off somebody. They're communicating with you. Oh man, this is bad. Because, I mean, they want to, what is it? Suppression, oppression, possession. I always forget the steps, but obviously somebody's in oppression and it's about to get possessed. So watch, I swear, watch your energy levels. Watch how you're feeling. Watch if you suddenly get really depressed or really heavy or really just barren driven, then you possibly have a possession on you. Okay. If you feel bad for something, do not feel sorry for a little girl ghost. If that's what you think, oh, it's a little girl ghost. No, it's not. Now I'm getting Z. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Z. It's kind of creepy, but it's about a demon who befriends children. Okay, so this could be something that you picked up as a child and it's been hanging out with you ever since, or it just refound you. It's creepy. Because it's like it takes one look at you and it wants to like devour you again. All right, people. So we're going to leave it at that because this is very intense and it seems like a very personal message for somebody. So I'm going to leave it like that. Obviously be very, like I said, be very careful with yourself. Watch your seeping patterns and your temper patterns and your triggers. Don't let anything get inside of you. Do not feel sorry for anything. Do not gift anything. Do not think that demons are your friends. Okay, honestly, demonic presences, like I said, there's no such thing as little girl ghosts, okay, that are going to want to inhabit things or come and hang out with you. It's a fucking ploy. It's a trick. It's not your loved ones, okay? It really isn't. And I'm a pretty strong medium. And what that means is I have a very strong connection with the dead. It's how I started this career, was channeling people's loved ones. I had nothing to do with tarot when I first started this. So I have a lot of experience with the dead. I've been actually talking to the dead for my whole life, but as a career for 13 years. So my communication with spirit is pretty high. I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything like that, but I'm just saying that I do channel clearly. And that's why I'm saying, to take the right precautions. If you are trying to do something, or if you are just trying to read tarot, please make sure you create a positive space for yourself and a cleansing space for yourself. So you can open up the door to your ancestors of whom you are channeling with, to make sure that you're not just opening up the door to anybody or anything. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's all a blur. Suddenly, I just couldn't stop thinking about dead people all the time. I thought of dead people all the time. I have no idea why. It was just dead people all the time. Just walking around, gunshots in their head, dead, with messages. And I couldn't really handle that anymore. It was a really hard job delivering some of the most painful messages. I'd rather deliver the painful messages through tarot now, as opposed to just what spirit wants to say, because spirit talks and talks sometimes, and it gets very frustrating because they're not here and they want their stories told, but yet It doesn't, it's weird. It's a very strange gift to have, not gonna lie. So I control it with the cards now. So that dead people don't just talk to me all the time, because that's the thing is like, if you don't find a way to filter it, they will just take up your time all day, every day, because there are so many trapped souls, and there are so many souls that have unfinished business, and they were taken from this world way too soon, and so it's a hard job. I don't really know how you see dead people. Oh, Steven. Air creepy, eh? Dead people are, it's once you pop, you can't stop, like once you see one dead person, you're like, oh my God, what the fuck? It's a strange and peculiar job I have. So anyways, peace out. Be very careful with yourself. Okay. There seems to be quite a few warnings coming out. So just be, mindful of that if it resonates. Okay. So peace out, everybody. Have a very good day. And I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to try to get some pre-records done. Could you imagine? So watch for that. Click that notification button so you know when I go live. Thank you for liking the video. Make sure you send your telepathic questions in my way, and I will be back when I am back. All right. Peace out. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Steven. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you to everybody new. Peace out, everybody. You rock. 5251. Love it.